Vice Principal Leng Shuang and the students of Magic Capital University had just stepped off the airship when representatives from Qingshu City quickly approached to welcome them. He politely informed them that a lavish lunch had already been prepared for the entire team. The group was escorted to the central restaurant of Qingshu City, a place regarded as a symbol of the gathering of elites on the eve of the National Ability Tournament. Jingming's team entered the room with calm composure. His presence quickly drew attention from those around him. Many students began whispering about him, the S-ranked captain of Magic Capital University. They admitted Jingming had striking looks, but assumed he was merely a figurehead, not someone truly powerful. Shen Dongling smiled and quietly remarked to Jingming about the disrespectful glances from nearby tables. Jingming didn't care, calmly replying that it actually worked in their favor. When people underestimate their opponents, they are more likely to make mistakes. At that moment, a figure approached from across the room. The young man with vibrant green hair introduced himself as Wang Qi, the captain of Capital University. He took the initiative to extend his hand, wanting to make Jingming's acquaintance. After the brief handshake, Wang Qi said he had long heard of Jingming and suggested they meet again at the opening ceremony tomorrow. Jingming responded with equal politeness. Wang Qi left with a confident wave, leaving behind a slightly tense atmosphere for the Magic Capital team. One team member commented that Wang Qi was far too arrogant, acting as if he could defeat all of them. Shen Dongling added more context. Wang Qi possessed a pseudo-S rank ability called Celestial Domain, Meteorfall, an extremely powerful skill. Moreover, his strength had already reached peak level 4, so his confidence wasn't baseless. Another teammate clenched his fists, irritated, saying that just because they had won once didn't mean they could keep winning forever. How naive. He swore that once the match began, he would show them who truly ruled the arena. Jingming nodded slightly in agreement, then told everyone to eat first. He mentioned that later he needed to head to the high-speed rail station to pick up someone important. At Qingshu City's high-speed rail station, the announcement echoed as train K312 arrived. Passengers were reminded to watch their belongings and disembark in an orderly manner. Stepping onto the platform, Jingming's cousin couldn't help but admire the beauty of the city. The others nodded in agreement. This was the most impressive station they had ever seen. With an incredibly well-designed guidance system, standing in the crowded hall, Tang Qi scanned the area, wondering why Jingming hadn't shown up yet. At that moment, a blonde young man approached. He introduced himself as Ke Liang, wearing an unpleasant smile as he bluntly asked for her contact information. The girl frowned slightly and immediately refused. She stated that she didn't have the habit of sharing personal information with strangers. Her firm rejection caused Ke Liang's friends behind him to burst into laughter. They mocked him, a handsome guy like him getting rejected so directly. Some even joked that this was too funny and they had to report it to their captain later. Embarrassed, Ke Liang immediately grew angry. He loudly insulted the girl, calling her pretentious and claiming that asking for her contact was a sign of respect. In the end, he grumbled that this was truly an unpleasant experience. Seeing his friend being insulted, Zhou Ming immediately stepped forward. His face turned cold as his voice dropped, asking Ke Liang what he had just said. Ke Liang sneered, seeing someone dare to stand up to him. He looked down on Zhou Ming, asking if he even knew who he was. Zhou Ming quickly realized the opponent was at peak level 3, on par with his own instructor. The surrounding crowd began to take notice. They recognized the uniform of Baishan Ability University and identified the blonde man as Vice Captain Ke Liang. The atmosphere instantly grew tense, and many wondered if a conflict was about to erupt. Not wanting trouble, Tang Qi quickly grabbed Zhou Ming's arm, urging him not to stoop to someone like that. Even Ke Liang's teammates stepped forward, reminding him to restrain himself. They said their main goal was the competition, and causing trouble would damage the university's reputation. But Ke Liang refused to back down. He snorted coldly, saying that if it weren't for the upcoming match, he wouldn't have let them leave so easily. Then he mocked Zhou Ming, saying that someone who had only just reached level 1 had no right to stand up for anyone. After a contemptuous click of his tongue, the arrogant vice captain turned to leave, but the moment he turned around, he suddenly collided with someone. Jingming's solid body felt like a concrete wall, causing Ke Liang to stagger in pain. Ke Liang stepped back a few paces and looked up. his expression shifting as he evaluated the person he had just bumped into. Jingming had been standing there long enough to understand everything that had happened. He looked directly into the other man's eyes with a cold gaze and asked, "If he's not qualified, then what about me?" Seeing the blond man fall silent, not daring to respond, Jingming continued coldly, "Since you won't say it, I'll say it for you." Golden lightning began crackling violently in the palm of his hand. A sharp slap echoed loudly, accompanied by a blinding surge of lightning, striking the arrogant vice captain straight across the face. The blow was so powerful that it sent Kai Liang flying backward. Blood and teeth sprayed from his mouth as intense pain overwhelmed him, not giving him a chance to speak. Jingming immediately grabbed Kai Liang by the hair and yanked him forward. What followed was a brutal punch straight to the stomach, sending Kai Liang skidding across the station floor. The vice captain collapsed on the ground, clutching his abdomen and coughing violently, while Jingming stood there, completely dominating the scene. Seeing her brother arrive at the perfect moment, Tang Qi and her friends let out a sigh of relief. They were thrilled that Jingming had vented their anger for them. Kai Liang's teammates hurried over to help him up. The moment they realized it was Jingming, the captain of Magic Capital University, who had attacked, they immediately told him to stay down and wait for their captain to handle it. The incident quickly drew a crowd. People gathered around, pulling out their phones to record, whispering about the terrifying strength of the S-rank from Magic Capital, who had just arrived and already defeated Baishan's vice-captain. One member of the Baishan team angrily stepped forward, loudly questioning Jingming on why he attacked their vice-captain without provocation, insisting they had done nothing to offend him. Jingming responded calmly. It was true they hadn't provoked him, but unfortunately, that man had crossed the line by targeting his cousin and her friends. Hearing this, Kai Liang's eyes widened in shock. He realized he had just messed with the family of this monster. The words his cousin slipped bitterly from his lips, just as the tension peaked. A young man pushed through the crowd. He introduced himself as Ji Wei, the captain of the Baishan team, and asked everyone to step aside while demanding to know what had happened. Ji Wei glanced around in irritation. He had only stepped away to pay the bill, and upon returning, found his team had created a mess. In contrast, his teammates looked relieved to see him. Ji Wei turned to face Jingming. He acknowledged knowing that Jingming was the captain of Magic Capital University. He admitted their side was at fault first, but pointed out that they were all competitors in the tournament. He then questioned whether Jingming's actions were a bit excessive. Jingming remained calm. With a mocking tone, he replied, "You're also competing teams? Then which university do you even represent?" Hearing this, Kai Liang clenched his teeth in fury. His swollen face twisted with humiliation. He couldn't believe the other party didn't even know who they were and still attacked so mercilessly. It was clear they were being completely looked down upon. Ji Wei firmly introduced himself as the captain of Baishan Ability University. He brought up tournament rules as a warning, stating that private fights could lead to disqualification. If Jingming didn't apologize to his vice-captain, he would report the matter to the Education Bureau. Jingming simply smirked, his eyes filled with challenge. "Go ahead and report it. I don't care." Ji Wei broke into a cold sweat, grinding his teeth in frustration at that response. He bitterly realized his threat held no weight at all. With no other option, Ji Wei ordered his team to withdraw. Together, they supported the heavily injured Kai Liang and left the station. Tang Qi asked Jingming worriedly whether this incident would cause trouble. He reassured her not to worry, they were in the right, and the organizers wouldn't disqualify him over something so minor. Elsewhere, a member of the Baishan team questioned why they retreated so easily. Ji Wei replied irritably that the report was just a bluff. Magic Capital University was a seeded team. They wouldn't be eliminated that easily. He sighed, rubbing his forehead with a tired expression. Ji Wei added that this matter wasn't over, and Jingming definitely wouldn't let them off. Hearing that, Kai Liang grew even more anxious. Clutching his aching stomach, he trembled as he asked if, after being beaten so badly, the other side still intended to take revenge. Ji Wei shook his head, his tone serious. He said the real concern was that Jingming would take revenge during the official matches. The entire team froze. Their mouths hung open as they realized the gravity of the situation. Someone stammered that they were truly doomed this time. If they faced Magic Capital, they would be crushed without mercy. Ke Liang now looked utterly miserable, overwhelmed with regret for dragging his team into this disaster. He clasped his trembling hands together and silently prayed that his team would not be matched against Magic Capital University. Thank you all for supporting my video. I wish you endless happiness and joy in life. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and leave a comment to show your support. I sincerely appreciate it.